about karma as fate or something closely tied to it. But really, karma is an energy that we create with our thoughts, our words, our deeds, and our actions. And when you put out something, that's really what you get back. And it's in play every minute of our lives. And we're often not aware of it. And so that's where it gets kind of awkward. So we're going to be exploring these 12 laws of karma and the way they play out in your life. Let's say something shitty happens in your life, right? Like a bird comes by, shits on your head, right? And you can use that, someone may say to you, oh, you're living out some bad karma there.
Ooh, bad karma, sister.
Maybe, but maybe not. Maybe the bird, which by the way, they can't hold on to that shit, right? So the minute it gets delivered, it comes out. And maybe it's just timing. It's not this simple tit for tat thing. Karma is the effect of choices you make in life. So if you think of karma as an internal power, it's an energy you create in any given moment. And when you know this, you can pay attention to what you're giving your time and attention to. And it gets a lot more important. If you're focused on feeling like you're not enough, or maybe you want someone else to be different than they are, again, you're feeding the pain. And since what you focus on expands, this disconnects, deepens. And that's actually karma. That's how you experience it. It's what are you feeding and what are you giving your energy to? Dr. Wayne Dyer made the statement, how people treat you is their karma, and how you react is yours. So if someone is coming from a place of projecting their insecurities and saying, wait a minute, you are responsible for my happiness, like whatever their story is, how are you being impacted by that? Are you buying into, I am responsible for their happiness? I used to. Let me tell you how fun that was. In our human form, we carry this past baggage. That's why I love this community within Journey to Your Center so much, because we dig into surrendering and releasing the need for this past baggage that we carry. It's not helpful. All of us are going to experience pain and loss in our lives because that's how life is. We get to choose what we make of the pain and those losses. Karma and this work is all about waking us up to the impact that we have choices. We have choices of what we do with what life offers us in any given moment. And so I'm going to start to move into sharing the 12 laws of karma and how to use them, how you can use them to create a life you frickin' love. All right, so that's what we're going to lean into now. So, number one, the great law: whatever you put into the universe comes back to you. Now, I want to say this isn't about saying, oh my God, I can't feel sad because then it's going to amplify sadness. And I'm putting that out in the universe, right? Because if we aren't true and authentic from a place of connection, then we're going to get stuck in the Pollyanna, avoiding, pretending, and denying. And the shit's still there, even if you're avoiding, pretending, and denying, right? So we don't want to use this one as a hall pass, pretending that we should pretend and avoid and deny. No. So the great law, whatever you put into the universe will come back to you. And if you plant love and kindness, you'll get it in return. And are you doing loving kindness to yourself is a part of that, right? Like, no, they should be kind to me, but on the side, you're attacking yourself all the time. So number two, the law of creation. Life doesn't just happen. It's often about making it happen. It's who are you in relationship to your life? Like, what are you doing to create? You may want to create that new business, but what steps are you taking to actually make that happen? And to begin with, it can seem overwhelming, right? Oh God, I need to buy the building. Oh, I need to fix it up. Oh, I need to do all these other things. No, just step by step. What's the first step? Feel into that. There's no playing the victim-y person, right? Not in a place where you recognize, I want to create. If you're playing the victim, you're claiming it's someone else's job to make me happy. And that's a painful way to live. So, no shutting down and playing small to stay safe and to stay little. It's really about showing the fuck up and actively investing time, energy, and effort in the things that you want to create. But often that's uncomfortable because often we just say we want the thing, but we really don't want the thing because that'll take us out of our comfort zone. So we need to be aware of how we are interrupting our own flow and keeping ourselves little and small and not honoring the law of creation. Number three, the law of humility. You have to accept things before you can change them, right? And a lot of times we don't want to accept things. We are not interested in what life is and what life offers. We have other stories about controlling it and what it needs to be and what it should be and what it should look like. You must be humble in your thinking in order to accept your mistakes, recognizing that avoiding, pretending, and denying truth doesn't make it any less true. We lie to ourselves all the time, and we don't even know we're doing it because we have these lies that we've upheld for so long. An example, I'm not enough. Another example of a lie is they should be different than they are. What you resist will persist. It continues. Number four, the law of growth. When you change yourself, your life changes, even if nothing outside of you changes. It's absolutely magical. Get this stream, right? When you change your thoughts, your feelings change. When you change your feelings, your actions change. You aren't even calling upon your wall because it's just annoying. It's just a block. And when you change your actions, the outcome changes. And it's a really, really sweet way to live. The law of responsibility. You're responsible for what happens in your life. What happens around you is a reflection of what's going on inside of you. This world is a world of insanity. So if I take on the insanity of what's going on in the world as if I need to control it, that's not honoring the law of responsibility, right? This is about staying in your own lane and seeing the world in truth and who you are in relationship to it in truth. Taking responsibility empowers you to let go of being a victim in your life. Taking responsibility allows you to be authentically you, no matter what's going on in your life. And no matter what the universe throws at you, it's your responsibility to how you react or respond. Is it authentic to you? How are you responding? So, yes, the storm is happening. And are you responding from a place of connection, or are you responding from a place of fear? Number 6, the law of connection. The past, the present, the future are all connected. Every person and everything is connected in some way. Everything you've experienced in your past has led to the next thing. So we don't have to make all of those negative things wrong or bad. They are revealing to you, does this work for you? Or do you need to experience a new way? You can't have peace in your life today unless you make peace with your past. You doing your work and releasing blocks to love changes how you experience your future. When we experience life and we've connected with the freeze response of locking up because life wasn't safe, it wasn't painful, the freeze response. When you begin to thaw, and some of you are talking about this in Journey to Your Center, the private Facebook group, which is awesome. When you begin to thaw, it sometimes feels awful. And we want to make it wrong. No, 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 no. You're starting to get angry. You're starting to dread going to work. That's excellent.
Oh, yeah.
Because that freeze response is beginning to thaw, and you now finally have access to the law of connection. You're finally being shown what is coming up for you to heal. Number 7, the law of focus. What are we focusing on, right? You cannot think of two different things at the same time. It's really not possible. So when you divide your mind, you're more susceptible to negative thoughts and to negative energy. In this world, there's a lot of shit going on at one time.
Today, 2 murders and a robbery.
And bottom line, we can become overwhelmed by all that's before us. But when we allow ourselves to take a deep breath and stop, what is most important for me to focus on right here, right now, so that I can get that process going. And then what's the next step? What do I need to do next? Because when you stop and acknowledge what's on the list and then give time and attention to what needs to be focused on next, and then next, and then next, then you don't have to worry about overwhelm. Number 8, the law of giving and hospitality. Your behavior should match your thoughts and feelings. If you aren't living in integrity of yourself at all levels, it feels like shit, right? You have to walk the walk of your beliefs. It's not just enough to think good thoughts or to attack yourself that you should be having other thoughts. Number 9, the law of here and now. You cannot be present if you're looking backward in your past or forward in your future. You cannot be present. And the only place you can feel safe is in your present here and now. Old thought patterns prevent us from having new ones. That's so awkward, right? Our old thought patterns. No, I'm not enough. No, I'm not safe. No, I can't do that new thing because it's too scary. Your divine life is playing out now, whether you know it, whether you like it, or whether you believe it. Number 10, the law of change. The past repeats itself until you learn from it and change your path. You're going to be meeting the same old struggle again and again and again. One more time. Change is the universe's way of nudging you to learn a lesson. Life is change, change is life. You don't like change, you're going to get your undies in a bunch, whether you wear them or not. And a part of the law of change, you have to connect thoughts and feelings to adjust and change patterns, right? Number 11, the law of patience and reward. The most valuable, lasting rewards require persistence. And that's kind of funny. And the reality is, I don't necessarily agree with the whole weightedness of that sentence, because sometimes we're rewarded with gifts, but we're not even open to receiving them. And we don't even have to do anything because life is a gift, right? And that is a reward that we're not open often to taking in because we think we don't deserve it. We have to work super hard for it. So, meh. You must show up, do the work, and never give up on your big goals. If you want change, you have to be the one to do the work introspectively if you want a new experience. Otherwise, nothing changes. That's just the way. You'll continue to repeat those habituated pathways. And let's be clear, 95% of our operating system is unconscious and subconscious. So unless we do our work, nothing changes. Bummer, but it's the way it is. And the reality is, you may need to try 10,000 ways that don't work in order to find one that does. That's what I love about doing this work, is it moves us through all the 10,000 ways quicker, sooner, faster. Because when we're doing this work here in Journey to Your Center, we're getting to the core of what is the causal body. Why am I experiencing this abandonment and rejection pattern again and again and again? And when you can see the core of it and you have access to it quicker, sooner, faster, you save yourself decades and lifetimes of pain. Those 10,000 ways that don't work aren't wrong. You can savor each and every milestone when you're getting your booty kicked because you're learning, okay, this doesn't work. What does? And what is the new way? And I absolutely love that. And number 12, law of karma, the law of significance and inspiration. You get back what you put into something. Long-term rewards require more time and effort. And sometimes, in order to take a step into living more connected and more mindful in a place of connection and love, sometimes we need to put in a lot, right? Like doing this work to change, shift, and transform, it takes work. It takes effort. Fear is a thing that is driven into us. But if we want to be happy, it requires a stretch exercise into working with our reptilian brain that has all the stored fears in it from our past. Every contribution you make influences the whole. however great or small it is. Every time you lean into doing your work, it creates and supports you living in a greater capacity of connection with the light, the truth, and the love that you are. And as you align with the light, truth, and love that you are, you're automatically inspiring others to do so. And you're attracting others with more light, truth, and love into your life. Karma is a glorious goddess. It doesn't matter whether you believe in karma. She doesn't care. Live as though you did believe, and you'll be fine. Shit is going to happen, and your world is going to blow up at times. That's life. And how you respond to the shit when it blows up creates your karma. When you understand that karma is this amazing internal power, it's truly a beautiful, beautiful way to live. And so it is.